Right, this is just some same thing, clearing stuff off my phone, but this is a heap of footage from inside the car of the 62 through Janowen Hills four-wheel drive park. If you think you're not a four-wheel drive park person, this little park, as you'll see from the commentary, you can take a 62 in there and there's stuff you can just play on to get used to your car. Any four-wheel drive, from a stock standard Jimny Hilux Y62, get out of the bin, dog. You can go in there and just by the end of the weekend, there's enough little tracks there, you can pick one and go, nah, not doing that one. And with a spotter, you're amazing where you can put your car. Like, we put the big girl up all these skinny little tracks that, not my favourite thing for that car, but it was just good to see what it's capable of. Very good car. Love the car more every time I drive it. Anyway, same thing, heap of footage. You probably find it some of it boring, but there's some, it's just, yeah, when you look at where it goes, obviously a lot of the footage would be better from outside the car, but I haven't got a permanent cameraman and I'm too lazy to jump out and put a camera up. So anyway, might interest some people. If you're wondering what your 62 can do and how many banging noises it makes when you do dumb stuff. By the way, the banging noise at the end, no, you can watch at the end. I'll tell you what it is, I think. I'm just going to lock it in gear here because I don't like it changing gears when you back off. It's annoying. So that's second low. Listen to the chuffy up there. We can't be yesterday. This is when we came up yesterday, Pete.
Yeah, it tastes better on the dry.
Okay, it's all good, we're not going anywhere, bud. Oh, there's that hole there, right? There's a hole there. I'll see if I can find a smoother line through it. There's a fucking tree just there. Which way will we go? We'll go that way, I think.
You alright, Mr. Richards?
Yeah, mate. He went left, didn't he? You went back down the hill, did you, Pete?
Yeah, mate.
Right, let's try hill descent control. You'll like this, Cam. I put this in here. Watch this. You push a button, and you tell you're on rock still, and you just let go of the brakes and everything, and it cruises down really slowly. And if you put the throttle on to drive a bit, when you back off, it catches up again. See that? Apparently that's meant to be the best way to brake, but I think I could do it. Yeah, look at that, I can do it better with my feet. So I'll turn it off. We'll see who does it better. Right, lock it over in gear because it's in like. You have to slow right down and put it in first. Rightio. So that's first gear. No brake or nothing. I think that's doing a better job than hill descent control, I reckon. It needs a steeper hill for hill descent, I think, to work appropriately. Find a steeper one later. That sounds good, doesn't it? Nice little wiggly track, isn't it?
Me.
I was talking to you, baby.
I wasn't sure if you're talking to me or
Just
you.
saying what a nice view it is and what a beautiful day and a nice wiggly track. Listen to that V8. Yeah, this road used to be so loose. If you stopped, it was hard to get going again. So standard convoy procedure. Wait at the turn off till the next car gets to you. When she can see us, she'll give you a little flash of the lights or a toot on the horn, and off we go. And if more people knew that convoy procedure, the world would be a better place. What are you doing, dog? What have you found, mate? Hey, Karen?
He's rolling in a couch.
He's on your side of the bed tonight. Quick, bit more, buddy, bit more. Oh, how's that? Is that good? Bloody twit. Oh, hang on. He's going to get back in the car for the trip home yet. We'll try hill descent. Oh. I can't even see this hill really, but anyway, let's try hill descent. So if we lock it in that, and I get in first. This should be a better one for hill descent. It's not really that bad, but we'll see what it does. So I'm not touching anything, no pedals, hill descent. See, it's already going faster than I reckon I would be with brakes, but anyway. Oh, there. Oh, not bad. There's lots of little hills here. Perfect place to come play with all your buttons. So rock's a pretty standard one to have in rock mode. And I then idle. I actually lock it in gear. So I'm in first now. I'll see how if I can crawl this sort of shit. It's actually same thing, doesn't look that bad, but it's just got a few wombat holes and dare say I could pull the car up. Let's have a look. So got no diff lock, just rock control. Can you hear it? You probably hear it just working. This sounds like ABS sort of noises when it's working. There you go. That's pretty impressive. We'll try to do that in the wet the other night. Didn't want to know about it. So he just followed me up in the GQ. Now that's none locked at the moment, so 2 open diffs because we had no choice because the old note is gone, so we can't use the locker. We're just running on no battery voltage, which you can in a GQ TD because there's only one wire that runs the whole motor. It's a fuel cut solenoid. So anyway, let's go hill descent control because it's fun, and I'm in first. And foot off the brakes. Ugh. Now, all good. Oh, Pete's got something lined up for us. He just walked it to see if it was any good. We'll have a look. What are you thinking?
Yeah, it'll be fine. Like it's nice and wide, and just at the other end, it was real. There's just like 2 ruts. You just follow a little step up, like no worse than that little bit we did yesterday. When we went out for a drive.
So should we be right with this?
Yeah.
No worries.
Kyle'll probably right too, because he's going more flex. It should just up there.
So we go. Sounds like fun. Careful taking off here. Can't remember what was in front of me. Anyway, that's a good thing about camera on the dash. You hit the camera button and you get to see if there's anything in front of you. Oh yeah. What have we got? So once again, going to leave it in rock mode. No real buttons, no diff lock or nothing. I'm just going to leave it in rock mode 4 low, and I'll probably leave it in gear because otherwise what happens is as you back off it changes up a gear. Now if this was slopey country, I'd have the diff lock on, like side slopes and stuff, which I might have on later, because the diff lock locks out the ABS, and the ABS is scary down hills. It's quite annoying. I can stop way quicker without ABS than with it, so I don't run it. That or on the sand. It's low range, a bit of a pain in the sand, but I think these things in low range still do well over 100, so I'll try it later. Right, time to watch where I'm going. Oh, first rock. You gotta watch underneath these. The sump is the worst thing. This one's just 2-inch lift and 35s, but the sump sits in a bugger of a spot. So I'm gonna move the seat forward and up because I'm short, and means you can just see a lot more. Oh yeah, that's way better. So the seat in grandma spec. Oh, obviously I've got rock sliders on this. You wouldn't bother doing this sort of stuff without rock sliders. Probably shouldn't be in here anyway. Especially when I think I'm going up the Cape in a couple of weeks, but anyway. Oh yeah. These are the perfect little tracks to get to know your car, the width.
Yeah, you should be fine there, Ash. You don't even need that much bundy. I did it with only the rear locker in.
Whoa. That's side steps. You just got to watch the sump on these. It's the lowest hanging bit underneath that can hurt stuff. So this is probably not what this is designed for, and not what I prefer doing in this car. Being a tourer, that's my car in front, which I lent to a mate. He's a plain mighty GQ. You can't get in too much trouble because he has no lockers. Or he might get in more trouble, one or the other. But these sort of little tracks around Janowen are great in your 62 because there's so much different stuff. You can play with your buttons and it's not as crowded. Oh, what's in front of me? Is there a big rock there or not? Oh, you really got to look ahead and keep remembering what was ahead of you because I can't see. The seat only goes so high. It's pretty tight in the big girl, this. Left hand side I got that tree with my roof slider, I mean my awning, my roof slider awning. Oh yeah. So if you get on one bit of rock step, you've got to keep an eye on what's in front of you, because otherwise, oh, this was like fun. Because otherwise, you forget what's in front of you, take off and hit a rock. Bit embarrassing. I remember this hill. I had the old D40 up here years ago. Oh, it's got a bit on this hill. Oh, that'll be first. I didn't even got off the ground. What's going on here? Righto, I'm going to put the diff lock in because traction control, you put traction control on, it works pretty well, but it also stops, hesitates. Let's try and put the diff lock in. Why isn't diff lock going in? Diff lock's flashing, so it's not in yet. That's why the boys put the override on them. No, it's still not in apparently. Oh, he did that pretty easy. Oh, your diff lock's on, there you go. Can't say what in, my D40 went up there, so. All these little good hills to play on. These are side slopes up here I'm talking about, but there's a bit of a side slope. I always have the diff lock on. If you are going along a side slope, and it's happened to a mate of mine, and say a right hand side slope, and your front left wheel just rides up over a rock in the grass that you don't see or whatever, and just loads up that spring, it's real bad in coilies without sway bars, and the car can just easily fall over. And if you've got your diff lock on, you can steer into it and drive. If you haven't got a diff lock on, your wheel in the air just does nothing, so you go nowhere, you just roll. And my mate rolled several times down a hill, so I tend to run the diff lock quite often off-road. Anyway, personal thing. What's drama is she having up here?
Is the auto slipping, Ash?
I don't know, it just doesn't want to seem to go.
Is it?
Not spilling up enough. You might have to go that side road, Chris, how to make room.
Yeah, I'm on it. See if I can get up around here. Oh, isn't there a fucking... I think I dented my door on that. I think there's a rock just there. Oh no, it's gone.
Yeah, just reverse back down to it. It's a bit flatter and then try it again, Ash. If not, just go where Chriso went.
Is that TD missing, Kaya?
Once I was on the slope, it doesn't want to hold its idle up.
Oh, that's a bit weird. It's the old story. Camera probably doesn't do it justice, but this is quite steep. Steep little steps down there. But anyway, we've got a little ZD problem at the moment, so I'm just going to sort that out. Bit of an odd one. Little snatch. Lead on, a real short lead so he doesn't tow you around the corner sideways. Go. Go. Bit of right, bit of right. Hug the corner. Yeah, we made it real short, because if that was long, he would have been around the corner and pulling her on an ugly angle. Nice. Up here. Yeah, high on here, so it keeps it flat. High on here. That sounds like shit. Take it back down the bottom. He's fucked. What the hell's wrong with that? That sounds shit. Maybe I got water in the fuel or something. Right, so I have to back up here now and then go down there. Oh, must be another way out over there. Soon find out. We might drain the fuel filter and make sure there's no water in it, eh?
I think so.
Bugger. My car's broke. All my broken cars. Oh, this is the same hill you can't before in it and went down.
Yeah.
I would have got that water in the fuel tank the other night. We were doing that creek run out at that place we can't name.
Definitely.
Is that first gear low with the clutch out, is it? Nice, those gears are good, eh? They're 63s. That's mint. That's why you have lockers. Like, that was a classic example of a side slope that gets a bit ugly. And yeah, that's why I like lockers. Just you have the back one on when you need it. Anyway, lockers are just good. All four wheels moving at the same speed is always a good thing. Oh, geez, that was a good wheel lift. How you on, Chriso? That's in Hildeset. What are you doing to me, you bloody...
I don't go nowhere.
Oh, and sometimes if it's too hard to turn because you've got your diff lock on or you can't turn tight enough, you just flick it off for a sec. I might flick it off and on a few times and see how quick it actually goes off and on. And that's got to be doing pretty slow speed, so I've just turned it off. I'm in just drive in low range. Alright, must be going slow enough. Slow right down. Oh yeah, there you go, it's just gone off. Wow. So now in a minute I'll turn it back on. What now? Let's turn it back on. Straight back on. And off again. As soon as you put the brakes on, yep, and it just comes to nearly a walking pace, it just unloads the diff. It goes on. At this stage, it seems okay. Anyway, most of the boys reckon you need an override, so I'll work out why. Probably just saves thinking about slowing down. Ideally, you don't put a locker in while the car's moving too quick anyway, so I would have thought if the diff's rotate, you really want the diff nearly stopped when you put a locker on. The old yellow truck in front of us, those lockers are years old, but they're always the same thing. I always stop before I put it into lockers on. I never do it while the wheels are rotating, or if they are, it's really, really, really slowly. Oh, here we go. A few humpties. I don't remember how bad that one is. I didn't think it was too bad, those wombat holes. Wombat hole runs are good to hone your skills. say, at this park, you can come here for a weekend in a new car, and I reckon do everything you need to do to get used to your car by the end of the weekend. We're here on Monday now, and I don't think there's anyone here in the whole park. You'll see a bit of video, which I think I might have, hopefully, which I'll put up, which shows me getting stuck in wombat holes yesterday, and the car nearly tipping over, just not being able to go anywhere. And my son, the Y62 Patrol, stock standard, that we just bought for $2,000, drives straight through the same spot, which was rather embarrassing, but sometimes that's how it goes. No lockers, really old tyres, and a 19-year-old kid. Got a bit of water in that tank, I reckon. The TD. Might drain that out when we stop up here. How's it going, Kaya? How's the car going? Here, righto.
The light on the front locker button is on, but the switch isn't on.
Really? Sure it's not just sun in it or something?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, good. Oh, Pete's doing his flex shot. He's taking measurements so he can modify his guard. That's pretty funny. Do that. That sounds like a good idea. Right, so I go straight through the middle. Obviously, it's going to roll through with just.
So you're getting the line too. Kyle's going to go first because he's got the junker, and then me and Ashley, and then Chriso.
Look at this. What's this? Look up. No, we'll get all the cars back through it. I'll just freeze frame one of the dump shots in the video. That's funny. Puts wheels off the ground. There must be a lot of load on the suspension, but doesn't seem to bother it. Just sit there and you pivot like a seesaw. That's funny. Obviously it's all easy when it's flat, but this is where you come practice here. And a lot of the wombat holes here, the little wombat tracks, you can drive and actually follow the crevice a bit and not get too much wheel lift at all, and obviously then you have more traction. But yeah, good park for mucking around in a new car, I'll tell you. No lockers, good momentum. Oh, that's funny. Look at that. Try it. Push your buttons in.
Won't work?
No. Oh, you could if you wound the compressor up, but the battery's already on 8 volts, so.
Quite big that first run, eh?
Yeah, the big one, first one's big, but it's just funny, yeah, with open diffs, it's funny, eh? Everyone should start on open diffs. Both these GQs started life as wagons, that's funny. Go grab the 62, Pete. That's pretty well known fact that these things don't have as much wheel travel as a GQ. But then again, that's a GQ. All the ones we're looking at obviously have no sway bars and all the rest, but these just make up with traction control instead. What's he doing down the back? Yeah, she's no TB bloody GQ, mate, but you know, it's a close second. Oh, there's a flexi bit. It's got to stop here, surely. Look at that, that kicked in before you even noticed. Here we go. Yep. Wow. Cool bananas. Bet you're looking forward to that barra. Yeah, you just follow the terrain a bit. Easy as. More wombat holes. These are good because you get used to feeling when your back wheels are off the ground, and you just get used to being like that. It doesn't bother you. The car's big, wide, and long and square, so it's like pretty stable. I don't think I've ever felt more stable in any car downhill. Good to bring a mate so you got a spotter on some of these tracks, especially with a bigger car. There's pretty good visibility out of them, but yeah, sometimes it's just nice to have a spotter to make sure you don't hit anything and do anything dumb. die. Ugh. What's going on there? What have we missed? Oh, looks like a bit of a rock step up ahead. So my front wheel's around that rock and my back wheel should go right over it, I reckon.
Driving up all them alright there, Nasha?
Yeah, it seems to be fine now.
That's a bit weird.
Just wait at this turn. This might be an optional left here. I can't remember. It gets a bit fucked, I think.
You play on all these tracks, another good thing, all your wheel placement, everything, get used to the feel of the car, whatever, get confidence with the car. And then you are doing tracks, even up the Cape or whatever, where there's some bit of a wobbly section down into a creek or whatever, it just doesn't bother you. So it's just all normal.
Oh, you can't get anywhere with a fucking tree. We've got to go up that one anyway. I'll have to turn around and come up the side. There's a big tree fell on the track.
You duck in front of me, Pete. What a weapon. Oh, Pedro, what a steerer. Got to watch your tyre without bead locks. We did we rolled 3 beads on tyres this weekend. 76 series rolled 2. Oh no, he rolled 2 and Jimmo rolled 2. That's 4 beads, and then Pedro spiked that tyre. So yeah, four tyres. Yeah. She's got tyre pressure when you're putting. I've only got these on like 20 or something. So when you put a bit of pressure on the side of them, they don't just peel off. But you get to play with all that as well. A lot more comfortable when you lower down to like 20. This is on the Nido trail grapplers, obviously. Well, that's a good track to the right there. Wow, look at that. I think I saw, so it should be very gentle in this corner. Oh, and one on the right. Oh, Jesus. No, missed it. These tracks too, when it's wet, they're nearly impassable. It is, yeah, no good when they're wet. We were all over here one day and it started raining during a rocket competition and we could not go anywhere. We just had to all stay there. There were cars sliding down the hill, literally sliding down into trees. It has this ridiculously sloppy muck which sits on top of the surface here. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it actually. It's a bit ordinary. It's a pity this one doesn't work. Look at that. You can watch me trying to look at stuff and